Hello everyone, this is Cosmonautica and we are back. This is sort of our, well, it's nothing sort of. It's our third episode, probably our last. We're gonna sort of try different sort of things. I kind of want to go in another system. Let me show you the galaxy a bit. So we've discovered a lot. We're still actually discovering solar systems and stuff, quadrants of the space. I must say this is a very huge sort of I guess space or cosmos of sorts. I don't really know much about all the other systems, I must say that. Seems to be diplomats, science and whatnot. Doesn't really matter. We're kind of trying to outfit our crew with what we actually need. We're not just yet there. Let me actually show you what I'm covering for, I guess. So the pilot, as far as I'm concerned, should be level 4 or 5 with the full maxed pilot. If you're gonna go level 5, it's really gonna burn a bit on the salary wise. You're gonna go about 60 or so. Repairman should be 3 or 4 level, somewhere around there. This is a guy I kind of want to change, unfortunately. I sort of like him and all, but I would like a level 3 at least with 1 science on it, not more than that. Why that? Well, I can't really show you, but if this icon would have been actually lit up, you would see that I have 2 shield units within my ship. Now that basically means you're gonna have 2 shields that you can activate simultaneously, which is not gonna be that good, or one after the other. That's really gonna lower the damage you're gonna get on your own hull points. Basically we have like a new ship. Again, I can't really show you because I don't have this icon lit. The planet I am in does not have this option. I guess what would this be? Ship something? I don't know. Whatever. Holding back. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So basically, the ship I'm having, it's a freight. It's one of the biggest freights there are there. It really looks combat-like, to be honest with you, but it's not that combat-wise. It has a few turrets. It has a torpedo launching bay, which I'm not using right now. I only have 1 shield and 2 sort of turrets. That's what I'm fighting. I've sort of well, a lot of sort of this time around. Yeah, you're gonna have to excuse my sort ofs and whatever. So this gameplay, since I actually played this game, I kind of killed a lot of ships. I'm not sort of I guess going illegal or anything. No smuggler, no pirate wise. Although that would be interesting, I must say. But those sort of options really depend on the solar system you actually have, or the solar system you actually travel to, and the option it has. For the most part, we're just hauling stuff, no people, no. I actually didn't do 1 single mission since I'm actually playing, and I'm playing for a while now. Why didn't I do that? Well, basically, hauling people or getting missions, because they can be trader missions as well, tend to get sort of messy. A lot of attacks and stuff like that. It's nice, it's gameplay. It's gonna fill up the gaps and everything, but it's not gonna earn you that much credit, at least to the extent of my knowledge. I guess we'll see. We're gonna get there anyways, because I'm kind of getting bored just to hauling goods from one place to another. And I don't really want to make a video out of this, just I don't know, just talking about different aspects of the game. People wise, I'm gonna actually try to change my repairman to about level 3 and a science, so I can have like the second shield, so I can activate them not simultaneously. That's not gonna help me that much, but one after the other. So I'm going to reduce the damage on the hull of my ship. Now this is pretty much where I wanted to get at. If I had its icon, I would have shown you, but unfortunately, actually I wouldn't be able to show you that much because my hull is already repaired. The thing is, having a I guess top of the line freighter is really gonna take you a lot of credits to repair the hull. I guess that's the balance of the game. So you're pretty much going to be able to shoot anybody down just with the turrets. If they're not faster than you, and most of them are not, at least in the first solar system, you're gonna kill them. You're gonna get their loot and whatnot. But the problem is the damage you're gonna get to the hull and all the repair, I guess, costs of the entire ship is gonna be pretty close to what you're gonna get from them, or maybe even lower. So the credits I have over here are done like in the last, well, about 70% of them are done in the last, I guess, 10 minutes or so. I had a pretty lucky run. We had a lot of good goods, yeah. So expensive goods that we could actually sell, and we also got a lot of nice goods, about 14 of them, from one of the pirates that we've killed. Most of the time we're killing them. Sometimes actually escape, but that's only about, I don't know, 20 to 10% of the cases. Now, I would try to actually show you how this goes, but except for DNA, I don't think I actually can get that much over here to try to hold in a different solar system. Wood-wise, nobody really wants it. Energy-wise, it's a really high price. 130 is actually the best price you're gonna get it. The books are a bit overpriced. There's 700 and something, at least in my solar system, so we're not gonna win that much. I guess the artificial DNA could actually be something we could haul, so I could show you a really nice combat. Now, we're sort of really far away from everything, so it's gonna take like a long time to do anything for that matter. So this they don't seem to have any DNAs and anything. I'm hoping I'm not gonna get to a planet that doesn't want DNA. Oh, there we go. In about 4.5 cycles of time, I'm going to get to a planet that can have fertilizer for me to sell in other parts, and actually wants DNA. This may be a worthwhile trip, so let's buy the DNA as it is. It's not gonna get me that much money out of it, I'm gonna tell you about now, but we're gonna get some, so it's I guess reasonable. This is mostly going to be sort of a show run, if you want to call it like that. So basically, to show you guys how it actually would go. There's a lot of so you have the I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. So the yellowish type, I guess, ships, they're gonna be for the most part friendly, but the orange type ones, they're not gonna be that friendly at all. They're gonna try to pretty much kick your ass, and they're not gonna try it since you're over here, but they're gonna get close. You're gonna see that your point in space is gonna go sort of yellowish or maybe orange-ish, something around those lines. Apparently we're not gonna be attacked by anyone. That's sort of a surprise if you ask me. Usually all of them attack me. 2 to 3 actually. We did do that. We like went from one combat to the other in a matter of seconds. It was sort of fun in a way. And oh my god, they have a stock of 5, which is 0 right now, so a max of 5. But the amount I'm actually going to sell is going to be equal to the amount that I'm actually going to, that they are actually buying. So I'm gonna have like no profit. I'm just gonna go down on my credits because I paid salaries for all 6 guys for an amount of how much was it? Around 4.25 time quadrants or quarters, or no, not quarters, I guess quadrants or whatever. So for a 4.5 days, let's say like that. Now the thing is, I'm still looking for another shooter. This one didn't really go that well. The second level didn't go the way I wanted. I sort of want him to be a repairman, if I remember correctly. I have a shooter of level 1 with food. Not bad. This could actually go well for us. We're gonna have to fire this dude, unfortunately for him. Yeah, he's a shooter. We got the second level, second skill as a pilot. We don't want a pilot. We're gonna fire him. We already have a level 4 pilot. I don't want to go having another one is not really worth it. So let's see, we have a hacker, we already have a shooter, and a level 4 scientist, which we don't really care about. We already have our own scientist. Let's hire this dude. He went right in it, right to the job. That's nice and dandy. I really don't know what to do about the DNA, to be honest with you, because if I'm going to sell it here, I'm not going to get like anything. And it's quite possible if I'm going to try to sell it somewhere else, it's going to be pretty much the same stuff. So we're a bit in of a bad situation, but I'm gonna try to make the most of it and sell it as it is to take like no profit from it, but at least I'm gonna get my money back. I'm going to use the I'm going to waste the wages actually, but you know how it is, you win some, you lose some. I do like this though. It will be sold with the sum around 100 or 1,000 if I'm not wrong, and we can actually get about 40 of it. That's really nice, especially since a lot of planets actually kind of want it or use it, and I rarely, actually only did like one single run with the fertilizer as yet. Oh, this planet does, oh actually they need it too. This is sort of the closest one in the bunch. This one shouldn't really need anything like that, so we're gonna travel over there. We're gonna try to sell our fertilizer and see how that actually goes. And unfortunately, time is really not on our side, but I would have really wanted to have a bit of a profit. I would have liked 100,000, but I think we're gonna go with 600, 700, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe we're gonna end up with 800 if this transaction is gonna go like really well. Unfortunately, I can't really show you a combat. That's sort of sad. Let me see, what does this planet actually have? There's a lot of things, but nothing that they will really buy. Maybe coffee they would buy on the fringe sort of the solar system. I wanted to show you guys a combat. I really want to show you guys a combat. You really need to know what you're getting yourself into with combat. There's a few tricks to it. Well, I guess you can call it a few tricks to it. So as you can see, it's at least 338 something credits from the topmost buy. So the last item, the 40th, you get it. And you're gonna win some money at least. So let's go about it. We're gonna have a profit of 13, almost 14,000. That's not bad. Wow, we really exceeded a lot over here. I should really pump up this fertilizing stuff, but unfortunately now it's going to be a bit lower in price. So if we're gonna do like the same run, we may have not the same profit, at least for now. This will get replenished, sort of. Let me see if this actually shows something. So as you can see, the fertilizer is sort of low if we're gonna do like the same run and try to go to another planet. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to buy that much fertilizer because they don't really have that much yet. Oh, this is the hacking system. It's sort of helpful. Yeah, not sort of, it's really helpful actually. So if I'm gonna show you a combat, I'm gonna need to go to the fringe world, but with something totally different, and I must say I do not know with what, because I pretty much stocked them already with art, books, and everything they pretty much need. Not the pretties apparently. Oh, this guy needs energy. We can work with that. So let me see. This sort of planet actually has energy on it. Let's see how much is it actually bought. 330. That's the perfect price. Let's get it all 60 of it. Do we have like another stock? We apparently have at least one piece of art on us. We're gonna get a bit of profit over it, not that much though. I guess we could go with more energy. The problem, I'm gonna need that much. Yeah, we're gonna keep it at 59. I'm not gonna buy the last one. I don't see the worth of it. And let's see actually what type of crew members do they have. They have a medic, I don't need one, and a cleaner. I kinda need a repairman though. Let's see, a pilot and a repairer of level 2. Not too bad. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try to make him a scientist, at least of level 1. So investing that much credit is not really worth it. I guess it could be if we're really getting the right skill that we actually need, but until then, we're gonna keep with what we have and we'll see how this actually goes. So we got a lot of energy. We were bound towards this place, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they need a lot of energy apparently, or maybe not a lot, but some of it. None of the rest of the fringe worlds don't really seem to want that much money. I don't really think you actually saw me do most of the trading system as it is, so you mostly saw me going for yeah, excuse all the rapid things on the video. So basically after you get a planet, you just travel to it. It's going to go on normal speed. You need to click over here to get to fast forward, so you don't like spend about half an hour or an hour to get there. Then I usually don't see the ship. I don't really care about it as long as nothing really affects my crew member, and usually they don't because they're pretty much leveled up with what I have on my ship. And then I just go for the solar system to actually see how fast I go and what am I going to I am about to encounter. Okay, I think I was talking about that you never really see me go and I guess do shop or trade within the inner ring, at least not that much. It's sort of profitable, but it's not as profitable as going with something over here, well, as close of a planet in the sort of the I guess the exterior ring of the solar system. Usually there's much more money involved that way, but there are longer periods of flight. As you can see, I kind of got burned. Energy wise, they don't want it that much. I'm gonna get a bit of profit, but not that much. I'm gonna remain with 21 units on me as it is, but this was mostly a burn. Let's at least see what sort of guys you can actually hire. We have a level 4 shooter. I'm not gonna go for that. So this was sort of a bust. We actually lost some money, especially on wages. I think we got it from the profit. I didn't really calculate it this time around, but it doesn't really matter on the long run. We're pretty much bound to go into another solar system. I kind of want to investigate them all. Unfortunately, as I said, time is not really with us, so I kind of want to show you a battle at least this episode. Maybe next episode we're going to go in another place. Now this is Surrogate. For my solar system, this sort of planet uses everything. Water, energy, food, coffee, everything that I actually trade. I would like to trade some of these, but you can't really get it in my solar system. And that's a thing to actually think about. If you're going to go into the solar system, get some goods that they are needed in your first or whatever other solar system you actually know, you're always going to need to calculate the trip, the taxes, the trip time, and everything on that scale. Actually, in this game, I must confess, there's a bit of math involved. You don't need to be like a genius or anything, but you always need to keep in mind the costs of the trip and everything that involves within that notion. Because otherwise you're not gonna get a profit, and pretty much you're just gonna go like well, pretty much for nothing. So we're gonna go on Surrogate because I usually sell pretty good amounts of energy on it. Let me see if I actually did a bust over here. Let's go with the hacking stuff. Yeah, oh, we're not sitting that good. They're gonna need coffee, but they have enough energy as it is, so I may be in a bit of a trouble over here. I'm not gonna be able to sell with much profit. Probably I'm gonna go actually lower than profit, and for the good part of it is that we're on normal speed, so I'm still basically on the planet. I'm just barely living it, surface that is, so we're sitting rather nicely, I guess. They don't have, oh, they have a lot of energy actually. Is it this one? No energy on this one. They are producing, so they have enough. Oh, they're producing, but they're not at the topmost. This could be a two-way trip, sort of. They could actually produce a lot of energy, but they may need it because they have a lower stock, so it could get a profit. Or maybe they have so much high stock on everything they have on the planet that basically going with energy over here, you're just gonna find a full already stock. You're only going to spend the money on the trip for salaries and whatever encounter you're gonna have, and that's gonna be about it. You're not gonna win like anything. That's sort of a dud, as I would call it. A lot of energy on these guys as well. I think I've already seen this. There's no energy on the topmost stocks, but I think they're actually producing it. You know what? I'm gonna travel over here just for the fun of it. Let's see it. They do have a lot of good stuff actually. They sort of have books and art, which, oh, there we go, we've researched one of the quadrants in space. Let's go with this one now, just for the fun of it. So my science guy actually has to do something. So let me see, where were we? Hello, my name is Silver McFire. Discovered the distant star while messing with science control. Awesome. Let's name it. Any ideas? I guess I'm gonna go with Meow because I have like 2 cats. Oh, this star shall be known as Meow. Okay. Let me see. We have a Meow thingy somewhere around. Yes, there is somewhere around, but we have like a lot of them. I really don't know where that actually went. This is the first time I have that sort of an encounter, to be honest with you. Doesn't really matter in the long run, but nevertheless, it's nice that that actually happened. So I have like no clue where I was going. I don't even know where I am, to be honest with you. Apparently I was going this way. We have these 2 types of things that actually get really bought, but I guess you could go with the run of coffee towards the fringe world if that actually works. Yeah, that's not the button I wanted to push. So I have like 21 units of energy. They have 0 energy, but I must say I'm gonna get a profit from out of it. But the price for a 0 stock is not that high. You can get to 700 actually. I'm gonna have a profit of 2,500. Most of it is gonna go in salaries. I'm gonna have a profit about 100 or so. And then again, there we are at 93,000 just by doing that. Good, extraordinary price on the books. This would really sell very well, but unfortunately, we're gonna need to check the fringe world sort of system to see if it's actually worth hauling any books around there. So that's not the fringe system. I'm calling it a fringe system, but to be honest, there's nothing fringe about it. Let me see that again actually. So they do need books, but to the topmost stock they have no books at all. Interesting. So Cernst may be the place for us to sell books. Art-wise they're full up. No books though. So let me see, they do need books. We may just make a book run actually, to be honest. I would really like to get some more fertilizer because I have like a huge and beautiful profit from that. I don't need that much anyways. These guys, they usually don't need that much, to be honest. More whiskey apparently and some water. And I don't have that many ships, not ships, what would you actually call them? So I guess you would call them planets. Yeah. Don't mind me over there, I'm just babbling over here. So I got like all their books. Art not so much, but I would try actually a coffee run on the fringe world. They don't seem to need it that much. Then again, food would be pretty good as well, to be honest. It doesn't matter if it's not here, they could actually use it. And as you can see, coffee wise, they do have some. It's not going to be the best run yet, but I would be able to get some from it, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna go for food. We'll see how this goes. It's sort of trial and error sort of stuff, but we'll see how this goes. I'm filled up to the brim. That's not good. I should have thought this over. If I'm gonna have any encounters, I'm gonna be pretty much burned, to say the least. Because I'm going to throw away some of my inventory, some of the things I actually already bought, to be able to haul within my hull, within my ship, anything that I'm going to destroy from any other ships that are going to pretty much engage me. we're really far into the episode. This has been only a sort of a trading episode. For the most part, I really wanted to show you a battle. I wouldn't really like to actually cut from the clip to give you a battle at the end of it. We'll see how this actually goes. We may be engaged by... there we go. This is the sort of the sign that we are actually engaged by two sort of pirates right now. This one is not really gonna get us, I think at least, but the first one is really gonna go on us. So this is the combat thingy, this icon over here. We have this ship over here. This is how you can actually maneuver. I always go for the ram enemy because I'm a big ass ship. Over here, if you click on this, you have defend or attack. This is for the hacker. I'm gonna go and defend. I'm gonna defend my sort of engines. They're really pretty much on me. They have a hacker of level 3, sort of. I only have like a hacker of level 1. No, they have like 3 hackers. I have 1 hacker. Whatever. I guess the best way to do about it, or to go about it, is to click on one of your shooters. You're ready to deploy the shield as they shoot. You want this percentage over here to be as big as possible, and after they shoot, because I don't really want to have like the first shot or anything, just go about and pound them. Sometimes they use torpedoes. I would need like a third shooter to access the torpedoes as they are. I don't really have that option. I have the torpedoes installed and I have them on board. But yeah, he's calling, so he would actually get out of this. He's pretty much halfway his health or his hull damage. I'm not gonna care about his call because he's not gonna give up. He's just going to ask for goods in exchange, and I don't want to exchange anything. I want to kick his ass. I want to show you how it's done, basically. And apparently he pretty much fricked up my weapons. He has really good hackers for that, at least not for that, but to say the least. He's calling again. We're almost rebooted weapon-wise. There we go, we can actually shoot at him. I'm gonna get a bit of damage on the hull right now. Usually it costs me a lot, around at least 10,000 to repair my hull, because I have a big freighter. It's not one of the first ones. It's one of the last ones. He's really calling. He's sort of scared and everything. But he doesn't seem to back off either, so I'm gonna shoot at him until he actually perishes. Here we go. I still have, at least I should have enough equipment or enough bullets, I'm hoping. He pretty much fracked my navigation system. There we go. I'm gonna go directly on him. He has only 40 more points. I need 2 shots on him, and there we go. Oh my god, that's 18 cargo. I never had anything cargo until now. And of course it's gonna be on a run that I'm filled up with stuff. Oh well, we're gonna get the bullets and torpedoes and whatnot. He has narcotics. We don't really want that on us, especially when we don't really know where to sell them. Waste is not gonna sell for that much. Whiskey, on the other hand, is really gonna go well. I'm gonna need, or at least be forced, to throw away some of my food because it's the lower priced from the goods that I actually have. So let's dump it in outer space. Let's get the whiskey. This is gonna get like a biggest profit yet. The rest of them, I pretty much have like no clue. I would keep the erotic magazines, but I must say I don't really know where actually you can sell those. I don't think we can do that in our solar system. So there was a 5. Let's throw some more food, just to see if we can actually sell those magazines. So let's see. Let's take this and all go with all right. And that is about it as combat goes. And there we have it. We're on a planet. The last part actually sort of slipped us. I'm gonna have a low profit on the food. It was sort of really big as it was. It wasn't that much, not big, but it was not that much of a difference between prices. Book-wise, though, I'm gonna have a huge profit, about 8,000. There we go. We're really doing good. And apparently, these guys actually accept porn magazine, erotic magazine. I can sell all 5 of them with an excellent profit because I paid 0 for them. Nice price on the whiskey as well, and we're doing extremely well. We are 0 cargo. We have everything we need, And to be honest with you, I'm gonna call it a day. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to travel another solar system, but we can always do that the next time around. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed the clip, give it a big like. When you see more, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.